Never-Ending Narratives presents The Sorcerer's Sword, written by hero protagonist.
Kenji. Day 3. What walks toward us? Morning light through Pip's window. Third sunrise in this world. The ember wakes before I do. A slow pulse at the base of my skull. Warmer than yesterday. Deeper. Like something that spent the night growing roots. Pip is still asleep beside me. Her breathing is slow and even. Her hair fans across the pillow in auburn tangles, and one hand rests on the space where my arm was. I lie still and let the thoughts come. 6 weeks. That's what Marin said. Whatever woke up in the delve, whatever reached into Harlan Brennick's cellar and called him by name, it stirred 6 weeks ago. The hex crawlers started appearing. The farmhands started thinning. The pond went gray. And then, roughly 6 weeks later, I woke up face down in the mud on a dirt road outside Duskfen, with nothing in my pockets and an ember burning at the base of my skull. Coincidence. I turn the word over in the dark of Pip's room, and it doesn't fit. It sits wrong in my mouth the way a lie sits wrong. 6 weeks. The same stretch of time. The same forest. Whatever is out there pushed against the skin of the world. Edwin's words, divine bleed. And I showed up on the other side of it with magic that isn't learned. Magic that rides weapons, that enhances steel, that responds to will rather than study. The ember pulses, not an answer, an acknowledgement. Who am I? I don't know my past. Know I can throw hard enough to crack bone, can dig a pit trap by instinct, feel the weight of a blade before being taught to hold one. I know how to read a room and talk a blacksmith out of his best steel and talk a barmaid out of her better judgment. These things live in my body like muscle memory for a life I can't access. And last night, the ember listened to me for the first time. Really listened. What I felt underneath the surface wasn't small. It was vast and patient and mine. A weapon force with no ceiling I found yet. I turned my feet into weapons through sheer stubbornness. I fought a bear with rocks and won. I picked a lock and delivered a foot massage. Something brought me here. Something that knew what was waking up in the delve and dropped the blade channeler on its doorstep. I don't know what that means yet, but I'm going to find out. The thought doesn't get to settle. My stomach clenches, hard, sudden, the kind of hunger that doesn't politely request attention, but demands it. The magic that lets me heal like a furnace burns fuel like one too. 4 hours since the stolen bread and cheese, my body is already running a deficit. Food. Now. I ease out of bed without waking Pip. Armor on, sword on hip, down the stairs. The common room is pre-dawn gray. The fire is banked. Nobody up yet except the sound of Pip's father moving in the kitchen, pots clanking, the heavy rhythm of a man who starts his day before the sun does. I push through the kitchen door. The innkeeper, broad, weathered, flowered to his elbows, turns and looks at me with the expression of a man who knows exactly which room I didn't sleep in and has decided that this conversation isn't happening before breakfast.
Eggs.
He says flatly.
Sit down.
He feeds me without small talk. Eggs, bread, thick bacon, a cup of hot broth that tastes like someone's grandmother knew what she was doing. I eat fast and without dignity. The hunger eases, the ember settles. I finish the plate, push it back. Now business. I've got something for you. 2 haunches of bear meat, fresh from last night. And I've got wolf meat if you want it. Enough to feed the inn for days. What's that worth to you? He stops wiping his hands. Bear meat. In a village where the northern forest has been too dangerous to hunt for weeks. His eyes do the math. Supply, demand, the fact that his stores are running thinner than he'd admit to Pip.
Bear.
He says.
Fresh.
Killed it myself, 6 hours ago. He looks at me, reevaluates something, then nods once.
I'll take both haunches and whatever wolf meat you've got. 3 gold for the bear, 1 for the wolf. Fair price for fresh game in a village that hasn't had any in a month.
4 gold pieces hit the counter.
And your breakfast is still free.
He adds.
On account of my daughter being happier than I've seen her in a year, which we are not discussing.
He goes back to his pots. Aldrich's forge is already hot. The hammer stopped when he saw me coming. He's standing in the doorway with his arms folded, watching me cross the square with the same measuring look he gave me 2 days ago. Except now I'm carrying wolf pelts and a bear hide over my shoulder instead of a stick and 2 rocks. Morning, Aldrich. His eyes go to the pelts, to the bear hide. Stay there.
That's a brown bear.
He says, not a question.
Full winter pelt.
Killed it last night. Also 2 wolves. I set the bundle on his workbench. I need gold for the road, and I need better armor. What can you do for me? Aldrich unwraps the bear hide first, runs his hand across it, checking thickness, checking cuts, checking whether the man who skinned it knew what he was doing. He grunts. Professional assessment.
Field work.
He says.
Not a tanner's job, but the hide is intact where it counts. Thick, winter grade.
He folds it, sets it aside, examines the wolf pelts, the canines, the bear claws. He leans against his workbench and looks at me.
2 gold for the wolf pelts, 3 for the bear hide, 1 gold for the canines and claws combined. They're component material, not finished goods.
He holds up a hand before I speak.
That's generous. I know what these are worth, and so do you.
He reaches for the bear hide again, turns it in his hands. The craftsman replacing the trader.
As for armor,
he taps the leather on my chest, his son's armor.
This is protection for a farmhand in a bar fight, not for a man walking toward hex crawlers.
He sets the bear hide flat on the workbench.
Bear leather, boiled and layered properly, is twice as hard as what you're wearing. I can reinforce your chest piece, add layered bear hide plating on the shoulders and forearms. Won't slow you down like metal would. You're fast, I can tell that much. But it'll turn a claw that would have opened you up.
He looks at me.
I can have it done before you leave if I start now. Cost you nothing. The bear hide is the payment. A pause. But if you want the good version, hardened, oil-cured, riveted at the joints, I need something I don't have.
He reaches under his workbench and pulls out a cracked, empty glass vial with a faint amber residue inside.
Ironwood sap comes from a tree that only grows in deep old forest. Old growth, the kind near ley lines. The sap hardens leather to near steel strength without the weight. There used to be ironwood stands north of Duskfen.
He sets the vial down,
That was before whatever's out there poisoned the forest. If you find one on your way to the Brennick farm, or beyond, bring me back a vial of sap and I'll make you armor that'll last longer than you will.
I tell him the plan. Hold off on the basic version. I want the best he can make. I'll find the ironwood sap on the road and send the runner back with it. He holds the hide. The runner picks up the finished armor and delivers it to me.
You got someone who'll run through Hexcrawler territory to deliver armor,
He says. I'm working on it. He folds his arms.
I'll hold the hide and keep your current leathers in working shape for now. You find the sap, get it to me, and I'll need half a day from the moment it's in my hands.
He picks up his hammer, pauses.
Ironwood trees have silver-white bark, smooth, distinctive. You won't mistake it for anything else. The sap runs amber and smells like hot copper. Cut a notch at chest height and it bleeds. Fill the vial.
He pulls a second empty vial from under his bench.
Take this. Don't let the sap touch bare skin. It irritates before it cures.
The stable. Early morning light through the slats. Ren is already up, sitting cross-legged on a hay bale with his lockpick set open, working a padlock with the focused silence of a man doing his morning prayers. He sees me and the pick freezes mid-pen in a nervous, uncertain tone. Kenji. The look of someone who remembers saying no and is wondering if the question is coming back around. It is, but different this time. I lay it out. Not a fighter, not an adventurer, a porter. Carry the party's camp gear on the road. Stay at camp, away from combat, away from danger. And one specific job. When I find ironwood sap on the trade road, he runs it back to Aldrich in Duskfen and picks up the finished armor. Delivers it to me wherever we've made camp. A straight supply run on a road he already knows. His eyes narrow.
So I'm a delivery boy.
You're the team's logistics. Gear, supplies, camp setup, and one round trip on a road you walked to get here in the first place. You stay behind the line. The party handles anything with claws. You handle everything that doesn't want to kill us. He's quiet for a long moment. The padlock hangs forgotten in his hands. His eyes move to his pack, tightly rolled, ready to move at short notice.
The road to the Brennick farm.
He says slowly.
Half a day. And I'd be with a group. A fighter, a healer, and...
He looks at me, at the longsword, at the leather armor that still has wolf blood in the creases.
Whatever you are.
I'm the man who brings you interesting curiosities. This is how I get close enough to find them. Something shifts. The fear is still there. It lives in the shoulders. But underneath it, the same thing I saw yesterday. The part of him that wants to matter.
I have conditions.
He says. Name them.
1. I don't fight. I don't hold a weapon. I don't stand anywhere near anything with more than 4 legs.
Done.
2. I get first pick of curiosities, not second. Not after the valuable stuff. First.
Already agreed.
3.
He hesitates.
If it gets bad, really bad, and you tell me to run, I run. No guilt. No, where were you when we needed you? I run, and nobody holds it against me.
He's looking at me with the raw honesty of someone who knows exactly who they are and isn't pretending otherwise. I look him in the eye, steady. If it gets bad and I tell you to run, you run. No guilt, no judgment. That's a promise. No harm will come to you. Ren holds my gaze for a moment, then he nods. Once. Sets the padlock down.
I'll pack light. When do we leave?
Dawn departure was the plan. We've still got an hour. Be at the village gate with your pack. He's already rolling his bedroll before I reach the stable door. I find them at the well. Together for once. Sarah checking the straps on a heavy canvas pack stuffed with rations and camp gear, a light crossbow, and a quiver of bolts leaned against a stone beside her. She did her part. Edwin stands nearby with his satchel, freshly packed, the clay jars inside clinking softly when he shifts his weight. Sarah sees me first. Her eyes do what they always do. The sweep. Face, posture, hands, sword, boots. But this time, the sweep snags on something. She looks again, slower. The bandaged forearm under my bracer, the slightly different way I'm favoring my left leg, the fact that my leather armor has new stains that weren't there yesterday evening. She straightens up.
You went out last night.
Not a question, not an accusation, a reading. Edwin looks between us, adjusts his satchel strap, says nothing. Sarah's eyes haven't left mine.
What did you kill?
2 wolves, a tie against a cougar, and a bear. She doesn't move. But something behind her eyes recalculates.
A bear?
She repeats. Brown bear, full grown, den near a granite outcrop north-northeast. The wolves were a warm-up. The cougar ran after I put a stone into its shoulder at range. The bear...
You fought a bear, alone, at night, in a forest full of hex crawlers.
She says each word like she's setting them on a table.
With a long sword you've never been trained to use.
I didn't use the long sword on the bear. I used rocks. Silence. Edwin is staring at me with the expression of a healer who's been told his patient performed surgery on himself in the dark. Sarah looks at my bandaged forearm, at my leg, at Aldrich's forge across the square where a bear hide is spread on a workbench.
That's the hide.
She says, "That's the hide."
You're an idiot. But you're an idiot who killed a bear with rocks and walked back.
She folds her arms. Less wall, more assessment.
How?
I lay it out. Arcane edge on sharp flint. The ember infuses anything with the cutting edge, opening at distance, forcing predators to close on my terms. The wolves went down in melee after I blinded one with dirt. The cougar ran when the mask stopped working. The bear, thunderous strike on the opening charge, arcane stride to get in and out, then kiting at range until I step closer and put a stone through his ribs. She listens without interrupting. Her jaw shifted 3 degrees to one side.
Arcane stride.
She says,
You can move at double speed.
12 hours on one spell slot. Learned it last night.
And the rock throwing. You infuse flint with force magic and throw it.
If it has a sharp edge, smooth stones don't hold. Something in her expression reorganizes. The assessment from 2 days ago being rewritten in real time.
Your instincts aren't the problem.
She says slowly.
I told you that. I was right. But instinct without foundation gets you killed the moment something is faster than your reaction time. You fought a bear and won because bears are strong and stupid. Hex crawlers are strong and coordinated. 3 of them will flank you in the dark, and the range game won't save you because one will circle behind while the other 2 hold your attention.
She picks up the crossbow, holds it out to Edwin without looking.
Father, take this. Go to the field behind the chapel. Set up against the hay bales and put 30 bolts into them. I don't care about accuracy right now. I care about loading speed. You need to be able to reload without looking down. Go.
Edwin takes the crossbow with the careful reverence of a man receiving a holy relic he's not qualified to hold. Go. He goes. Sarah turns back to me, draws her arm-in sword, unhurried, professional.
1 hour. That's what you asked for 2 days ago. I told you to survive the next fight. You survived 3. So here's what happens now.
Her eyes are sharp and completely focused.
I can't teach you instinct. You don't need it. What I can teach you is what to do when something fast gets inside your range and the rocks are gone and the magic is spent, and all you have is 3 feet of steel and the space between your feet.
She shifts her weight. The guard tightens.
Defensive sword work. How to not die when everything goes wrong. Draw your sword, Kenji.
She comes at me without warning. 3 fast cuts. Diagonal, lateral, thrust. I catch the first on instinct, redirect the second, and the third stops with the point at my throat.
Dead, but better dead than yesterday would have been. Your guard is raw, but it holds under pressure. Stop dropping your elbow on the redirect. You're opening your ribs.
She resets, comes again. This time I keep the elbow tucked. The redirect is tighter. Her thrust slides past my shoulder instead of finding my neck.
Better.
She teaches me the thing that matters, what she calls the cage. A defensive framework built around 3 principles. Keep the blade between you and the threat. Move your feet instead of reaching with your arms. And when steel meets steel, feel which way their weight commits and give them the empty space to fall into. The cage clicks. Not perfectly. My muscle memory keeps trying to turn defense into offense, to counter when she wants me to absorb. But the framework seats itself in my footwork. Blade between, feet moving, let them fall past. She speeds up, testing. Her blade comes from angles I didn't know existed, and the cage holds for 3 exchanges, 4, 5. And then she feints high and sweeps low, and I'm on my back looking at the sky.
Dead again.
She offers her hand.
But you lasted 5. Yesterday would have been 1.
The final spar is harder. She comes at full speed, the real Sarah, not the instructor, and the cage breaks in 4 exchanges. My elbow drops, my feet plant. She puts me on the ground twice in 30 seconds, and the second time, the flat of her blade taps my chest with a finality that says, "This lesson is over." She sheathes her sword.
Your shoulder still telegraphs the rising cut. Your elbow still drops under pressure. And you plant your feet when you're scared instead of moving them.
She picks up her water skin.
But the cage is in there now. Under pressure, your body will find it.
She looks at me with something that wasn't there 2 days ago and takes a drink.
Stay behind me when it gets tight. Use the range game when you can. And when you can't,
She taps her own chest where the flat of the blade landed on mine.
cage, feet, blade between.
From the field behind the chapel, the distant thwack, thwack, thwack of crossbow bolts hitting hay bales. Edwin is practicing. The intervals are getting shorter. I stop at the village gate. Sarah and Edwin are ahead. Sarah checking the crossbow bolts in Edwin's quiver with the expression of someone who doesn't trust anyone else's packing. Edwin endures it with priestly patience. Ren lingers a few steps behind them, pack on his back, looking like a man who's made a decision and is trying not to unmake it. The ember pulses, different than before. I go still. Something new, sitting in the space the ember grew into last night. A shape I can't see but can feel. Like reaching into a dark room and knowing there's a handle before your fingers close around it. Blades, small ones. Shadow and force compressed into an edge. I can feel them waiting to be called, 5 of them, hovering at the edge of existence like words on the tip of a tongue. The ember shows me in sensation, not language. The throw, the impact. And then, something coming back. Warmth returning through the same channel the blade left by. Life drawn from the wound and fed back into me. A weapon that heals me when it hurts something else. My hand twitches. The ember is eager. But a spell slot is a spell slot, and the road ahead has teeth. I close my fist. Hold the feeling where it is. Not yet, but soon.
This has been a Never-Ending Narratives production, The Sorcerer's Sword, written by Hero Protagonist. Thank you for listening. New chapters arrive weekly. Stay tuned.